Okay, so step two is now actually going to create our high value PDF that solves the problem with the niche pain point that we went through in step one. So by now you should have your chosen niche. You should have stats behind that problem in the niche, and that there's some proof that people are searching on TikTok or Instagram, watching this sort of content on social media. There's already a talk around your niche, and I said not necessarily the sub niche, the problem you're solving. But actually, so I use the finance example. It's people talking about investment all over social media, all over TikTok. So yeah, there's a bit of proof that there is an audience already there. So now we're actually going to come up with a conversion-based title for our PDF. Again, there's a formula we can do this with AI. We're then going to create a research doc with stats, articles, and much more to use within our PDF content. We're also going to use this when you come to do your sales page copy for your sales page. And also, if you do go on and you do run ads, if you've got the upgrade showing you how to speed this up with paid ads, and then you'll also use this research doc in that. But you're also going to use it when you're writing captions and when you're writing text overlays. So it's really, really important doc you take the time to actually do. It doesn't take too long, but it's very, very useful, especially if using AI and to give it as much information as possible. Thirdly, we're going to use AI to create the content of the PDF. And then we're going to put this content into a designed PDF template or high designer / virtual assistant if you wish. And again, I've got templates for you within that, as you got with the bonuses with this course. So if you click on here or the link down below this video, okay, you will see the PDF creation worksheet. Okay, so in this doc, it basically goes through the 4 steps we're going to go through. Okay, so everything from creating your PDF to titles and the research doc, as I said. So what I'll do is, if you go, you've got a template doc here. I've tried to include templates wherever I can, but I'd probably suggest you to open a Google Doc up, just go to File, New, and you can start doing that. Or I said I have already given you, a template down here, okay, where you can put your title and the different sections and whatever you need there. Okay, so step one is you're going to come up with a title of your PDF. Now, for this, we're going to use ChatGPT for pretty much everything on here. Now, some people say, oh no, Claude AI is better. You can use both. Okay, so if you go to Claude AI, again, I use both ChatGPT and Claude AI. I probably use ChatGPT maybe about 70% and Claude AI for 30%. I kind of find Claude AI is potentially better for sales pages and kind of inputting longer form text. But again, it depends what GPT you use. I won't go into the ins and outs of AI models in this video, but either works. So I'm going to show you how to use both, and I'll kind of do both as we go along. So you've got the prompt down here. I've tried to give you as much prompts as possible, just to make it as simple as possible. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste this. Okay, I'm going to come up with a title. So again, let me just put some Claude, and what we're going to do throughout this whole live last with you, which was the bank and the investment niche. So please create a PDF title for my PDF around teaching people how to invest. Okay, in the markets, and why it's not good to keep money in a traditional bank account. Okay, and then this PDF sold, and then put some specific pain points. Again, you can get this from you can go ahead and you can get this from the PSSP formula that you did before. You can go into your sheet again. I'll just go into the example one I put here. So this is basically the problem that it solves. So you can just copy and paste that. Excuse the spelling. Okay, so then you can go and you can copy and paste like a few of the stats. With AI, you just kind of want to, it's all about the prompts. So you just want to give it as much as information as you possibly can. Okay, and then if I just copy and paste, it's going to put this in ChatGPT. Okay, so you can just click go, and it should then come up with some titles. Now, Claude AI is a little bit more sensitive. Okay, so in terms of ChatGPT kind of just does everything. If it's a little bit on the edge, let's say you're doing a niche around relationships and infidelity, or investment's a great example. It will be very careful and won't necessarily give you on the edge stuff. whereas ChatGPT kind of will. So depending on your niche, if your niche is, let's say, slightly more high risk, like you could say investments is, you've got to be careful where you take financial advice from. There's lots of disclaimers, lots of compliance, and then you're probably best using ChatGPT. But I say Claude can do it as well. So here we go. So we've got 5 titles to choose from. Smart Money Blueprint, 15 strategies to beat the 5.7 hidden cost of bank savings and build real wealth. Beyond the bank account, 12 investment tactics to rescue your savings from 15% to decade loss. That's really, really good. Okay, so there's some really, really good ones here. So yeah, that's really good. Now I'm just going to show you also the ChatGPT one. So when you go over to ChatGPT, it's all about the GPT that you use. So if I go to explore GPTs, you can do copywriting one. The one I use is this one called David Direct Response Copy Chief. Okay, I've tested a ton. This is just by far the best on ChatGPT. So if I put in the same here, and what I am also going to add here is, the title really needs to hone in the fact that bank accounts are not a good way to keep money, even if society, Okay, so if I put this in now, again, this will give me 5 titles. So you can kind of see, a bit of a direct comparison to which ones. So you can see ChatGPT is a little bit more aggressive. The bank trap, 5 reasons your savings shrink with bank profits and what to do instead. The wealth fleet, why 15% are losing money in the bank accounts. Silent savings killer, how the inflation stills. Breaking the bank myth, how to say, yeah. So again, anything with a stat in and some tangible is very, very important. But you can pick any of them. So let's say I'm going to go ahead with this one. Okay. So again, you can go down. What I'll do down here is ebook template, make a copy, and then you can just kind of call it that. Okay. Then you can work with that. Then you can input your title there. Again, for choosing a title, just make sure that it's got a stat in and ideally an outcome as well, so you can change it. Actually, adding this. So again, it's why it helps. You got a bit of previous knowledge. Again, you can go back to ChatGPT and say that's good. So let's say let's just use ChatGPT, or actually we use Claude. Say you can go back to it and say that's good, but include an outcome and time frame, such as Smart Movement, how banks cost you 5% annually and your 90-day plan to double returns about Wall Street. Again, these sort of ones are really, really good. So again, you can take them and you can just run with them. So that's step 1. Okay, you've created your title. And your title is like your main headline. You're going to use it on your sales page as well. So it's really important you do select a good one. Okay, step 2 is creating a research doc. So you'll use this when creating the 5-second videos. It's important you fill this out and will be extremely useful in creating any form of content in the PDF. Copy of the sales page and more, as I kind of alluded to earlier. So again, open up the template. I've tried to give you templates for as much as I possibly can. Okay, so again, I'm just going to make a copy. I'm just going to call it example. Okay, and what this is, as I said, this is a complete. I'll show you an example, a finished example here that I did for the no banks thing just before, so you don't have to watch me do it all. I'll show you how to do it. So you've got the overview, which is kind of an overview of the big problem, the stats behind it. You then got research back marketing angles and hooks. So turning that research into actual angles and hook with research, again, all linked. It's really important you reference any research, by the way, just because you might need it for compliance issues on your sales page. Customer persona triggers. So like what triggers our customers? What are they searching for? And then research and studies. So like what studies have actually been done on this problem. Again, when you download this whole document, you're actually going to download it and upload it to any prompt you do when creating captions for your videos and stuff. So that's why it's so important. It just, rather than ChatGPT or any AI tool, Claude, whether it is learning from scratch, you're giving it all the answers that you want from day one. So again, I'm going to use ChatGPT for this, okay? And I've kind of broke it down into different prompts for you. So what you would do, you go ahead and you're just going to copy this over. So we need to conduct research on insert niche, insert pain problem, okay? And then basically asking it to start then analyzing it so it can do prompts for each one. So let's go over to ChatGPT. So you can use new direct copy chief. That's the same one, just so it keeps learning from it. So we need to conduct research on, you can just get it from here. Okay, we are sending a PDF sales paper before sections. We'll take it section by section, and please ensure you include any URLs. Which are you ready to proceed? Okay, so we're kind of giving it the bit of a background. Okay, yep, I'm ready to proceed. Okay, so it's understood. Let's begin with the overview. Now, you don't have to begin with the overview. You can kind of give it whichever one that you want. Okay, so prompt 2, you're then going to copy it in, and you're going to say the first section we need to do is research studies, articles, and clinical. Please do in-depth research, including, yep, okay. And so, again, made it super quick for you. The prompt what takes the time. So again, we put our main pain points and problems as above. Okay. So now it's what it's going to do is going to give us an in-depth here, and you see it links at the end, which is really important. So like the Federal Bank Reserve St. Louis, that's not just a random article, that's an actual bank. So yeah, there's all sorts of links here. So there's 4. So if you look at the one I did here, for example, on my example, if I go to the research bit, okay, so it's giving me 5, 6. I'm probably going to say to it, good start, please go. Okay, and then again, it will go down and it will generate much, much more for you wherever it can. So these sorts of stuff like 71% US adults adjust their savings behavior due to rising inflation, but didn't really move away from bank accounts. Again, so it's a bit more in depth. Okay, again, it's the quality that matters. But again, that's why you can then just go ahead, copy and paste it, and put it in your research study sheet. Next one, again, it's the same sort of thing. It's going to be prompt 3. Okay, so it's then going to give you customer triggers. Then it's going to give you marketing angles and hooks. And then lastly, an overview. Now, what you can do to make this even more powerful is you can actually go ahead and download mine. So if you just download it as a doc. And what you're going to do is say, this is good. Again, you can do some start if you wish. Please, see the research section on our example doc. And this is how detailed you need to be. Please redo. Okay, so then what you can do, attach file, you can actually just attach the whole document there. And again, for this, you again could use, so for example, if I go to the research GPT, okay, that we used before, again, you can use that one as well if you find that's better. So either's fine, but hopefully you kind of get the picture. And what you're going to end up with, a document that should look like this. Okay, if it doesn't look like this, then you need to redo the prompts, or let us know if you need any help. But yeah, this is basically a working document that you'll be able to use. Okay, so step 3 is now actually creating the PDF content. Now, there's a Pacific GPT. I use this. Again, you can use Claude if you wish. So again, it's completely up to you. Again, I will show you how to use it on both. So again, we've got a super long prompt, and this is the template which I already showed you, which we've got here. Okay. And a couple of things. This prompt is kind of broken into 2 sections. One is to get the outline and set the tone for the AI. And the second is then to reuse it to create it section by section. Just an important note for this one, because this is, the content of your whole PDF will, you can sell it. Obviously, people can't see the content, but you also want to deliver quality product. This isn't just about making sales on TikTok and Instagram. You're just making about a really, truly quality product, whatever that is. So you need to make sure it's actually, you're happy with it. And as I said, if you've got experience in the niche at all, it'd be good if you can kind of input your own experiences. It will allow you to create a bit better content. Obviously, if you haven't, but if you have followed the PSP formula and you've done a niche or something you've got experience in, again, you'll be able to do this even better. So what you're going to do is remember to attach the doc you did in step 2. So I'm just going to start off and copy this down. Let me just walk you through the prompt. Prompt 1 is the outline. Okay, so we need to create an outline for our PDF guide for niche, which solves pain point for customer type. Okay, so go ahead and copy that. Again, I've attached the doc, and I want to help you create the entire PDF guide. Zero filler. Feel free to make it right so if you need it more personal. Okay, so if I go to here, let me go into Claude. I input that. So niche for our investment niche, which solve main pain point of people keeping not realizing we're winning. You know, for I say like every day. Okay, I've attached again. You can attach this guide. Okay, so then give it that prompt, and again I'll show you what it looks like on ChatGPT. Again, just showing you kind of both. So you can see here it's now like generated a entire chapters and guide. You know, a completely full outline of guide in literally seconds. So what you can do, you can copy and paste all of this. This is brilliant. Okay, you can copy and paste all of that. I'm also going to show you it inside ChatGPT. Okay, so if you go to ebook creator, again, explore GPT's ebook creator. If I put the same prompt in here, you can just kind of see it should give me a similar response. Okay, so again, up to you which one you're using. I know people have different preferences. It's easier just to show you both. Okay, so what you're then going to do, you're then going to go ahead and you're going to copy and paste all of this into here. Make sure you read this section by section. Make sure it makes sense to you. Make sure you're happy with it. Don't just accept it if you think you can do better. So do make sure you actually give it a good read through. Prompt 2 is then, please write the copy for section as you outlined in the doc. And this bit you might have to, this bit you might have to give it some more iterations. So saying, can you do this better? Can you do this better? Let's just stick with Claude. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Claude here for section 1. So section. Okay, and now it will actually start writing again everything for you. So again, you can do this inside ChatGPT because this is brilliant. This is great content, very stat based. Again, as I've asked it to be. Yeah, it's just fantastic. Okay, again, you can do the same on ChatGPT. So what you're going to do, you're then going to copy that in, and then you're going to copy it into your you're going to copy it into here. So give the sections names, and then you're going to copy all the content into that. And we're going to come back to this in the next step. Okay, so once you're happy, again, I won't show you section by section. It's pretty self-explanatory, hopefully. You copy and paste it in, check you're happy with it. Any iterations, go again, go again, go again. For all the sections, I think it gives us 5 sections in the doc. I think there's 5 sections in the doc. 15 chapters, 5 sections, yeah. Brilliant. Okay, so once you're happy and you're ready to move to the next section, just copy and paste the writing Claude or ChatGPT into the Google Doc. And then we're now going ahead and create the PDF. Okay, so step 4, create the PDF. So you've come up with the title, you've got all the research, the customer persona. Okay, you've created all the content for your PDF, and now actually going to design it. Okay, so you've got a couple of choices here. Now I've given you luxury, high-end, done for you PDF designs within the course that you've already got. Okay, so again, if you got the upgrades, you will have them already. If not, again, I'm going to show you. There's a link down below if you need to get that upgrade. They're like 10. I'll show you them real quick. So they're 10 templates here. Okay. So they're very, very, very high end, very detailed. And again, I will save you a load of time. So if you haven't got them, click down below and you can get it. But you can see kind of if I just do edit template, I'll just show you. You've got most of them, you've got like 100 pages or 50 to 100 pages, just already laid out that you can just go ahead and copy and paste in. And I'm going to show you how to do all that in a second. Okay. So if you've got the order bump upgrades, again, you're going to have all of them inside this, and you'll see the link down below. Or you'll see the link in your account. If you haven't, don't worry, I'm going to show you how you can get them as well. But I said it will save you a load of time if you just get the templates. So you can hire people on Fiverr to do this for you. So what you would do, I've just given you like 3 examples here of kind of PDF designers on Fiverr who will do Canva for you. So if you haven't used Fiverr before, it's basically like a freelancer marketplace. Okay. So you can go ahead and you can just order. You can go. So it's like 50 pages for. It's in AED. Sorry, because I made this account when I was living in Dubai. That's like $30-$40. Okay, so again, depending on how important time and investment is for you. again, they can do it faster than 6 days. But if you want to get someone just to do it for you, then this would be the best decision. You literally just send them your filled out ebook Google Doc, and they'll put it into a nice design for you. Again, there's cheaper ones. Again, 5,000 words. That one's slightly more expensive, but design was better. So I've kind of given you three different options there. Okay, second option that most of you will do is literally the Canva method. Okay, so I'm going to show you, if you've got the templates, as I just showed you before, how to do it. And if you haven't got the templates, again, I will show you that as well. So if you've got the templates, you'll see this, and you can literally just go here. Okay, and you can open it up. Now, if you haven't got the templates, okay, let me just go. You go into Canva, just do new design. It's A4. Okay, and you can see, if I go to here, you've got a creative ebook template. Okay, so you can actually get some of these inside 5 already. So this one's quite a good one. What I'd do is I would apply all 11 pages, and then I would just go ahead and make sure the content fits into it. Okay, so this is actually really nicely laid out as well, completely free inside the Canva one, and you're just going to copy and paste your text from the document, obviously that you did with all your sections, into the template here. Okay, so what you do, by the way, as well, so once you start copying it in, so let's say it was chapter 1, you put the chapter name here. I then duplicate. Okay, so you can just change the chapter name there. You can just copy and paste the text in here. Again, do the images last, so I'll put all the text in first. You might need to duplicate a few pages. Let's say I want to duplicate this one. Duplicate, not delete. And you can then move them down. There's different layouts, different pages. So again, there's loads and loads of templates. If you go to design, there's loads of templates inside here as well. This is a course workbook. So again, apply all 17 pages. I'll just replace it. So you can see that there's lots of kind of layouts that you can use inside this, and do it yourself. If you're doing the templates that we use, I reuse all these templates every time we do a new PDF, to be honest. So I don't really, we just got someone on the team now, because we're creating so many accounts, so they just do it. And they're a bit more laid out, nice, probably nicer than standard Canva templates, and you can just copy and paste in. In terms of the length of your PDF, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. The content comes first. As long as it's quality content, that's fine. If you want to do it a bit more nicely laid out and design wise, again, it's probably slightly longer, but again, that's not a problem. There's a bit of perceived value. It's the quality of the content, but I guess you've got a 100-page plus PDF compared to a 25-page one. People might deem it as, okay, that was worth the money. But again, it's the quality of the content. So again, you're going to, step 2 is inputting the content, as I kind of just went through there. And then thirdly, you're going to insert images. Now, there's a couple of ways to get images for this. So if inside Canva, you can literally go to photos. Okay. And so if I go man playing golf, for example, let's say it was doing a golf one, but let's say I was doing investment banking, which was so you've got loads of stock images here that you can just drag in and use. So again, let's say I want to change this image here, and let's say it was with this bank here. You can just literally drag it in, and that's how easy it is to change images. If you want to change the colors to match, again, I probably wouldn't bother. Honestly, it's fine. But if you need to change the colors, you can come here and change basically to any color that you wish. You've got a thing called elements here as well. So any graphics. So let's say it's a frame, circle frame. So you can bring in that, for example, and bring in a photo. And then put if you wanted it circle. There's loads of graphics you can use. Again, there's loads of tutorials on Canva. I won't show you an absolute A to Z tutorial on Canva here, but it does loads and loads of different things, which is pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, again, insert the images. One thing, by the way, so if I go to Claude AI, let's just say, so it's kind of giving you at current inflation. Okay, so this one here, let's say I wanted to create a diagram. You can do it in ChatGPT, okay, which is pretty cool. So what I can do here is I can go, please create me a diagram for the below in the format you deem best, and note this will ebook. Please have black and white branding. Okay, and then what it can do, it will create an image or diagram for you, like based upon what you said. Okay, so you can see here you've kind of got like a diagram that you can use inside, inside showing the the inflation. And that was a really quick example. Again, you can go a lot more in depth. You can ask it to make can you add more financial examples. So it can do all sorts, but it can create diagrams, and you can just download them, and then you can just go ahead and insert them into your PDF, or so your Canva template or whatever template that you're using. Okay, so that's a really, really simple way to create some good, engaging images for your PDF. Okay. Step 4 is then the cover. Okay, so again, if you're using our templates, they've all got really good cover-ons, but it's completely up to you. Let's just go let me just use this as an example. Let's go add a new page. So if you go to design and you go to ebook cover, okay, there's loads of singular cover pages here that you could use. Let's say it's like fitness, and again, it just gives you loads of different loads of different covers you can use. Let's say, okay, I quite like this one. This is quite a good. That's a brilliant cover if you're in a relationship niche. So then you can change the cover again to the template. Again, if you're using our templates, depending on the ones, again, they're usually quite good already, so you don't need that. But if you're not using our templates, then that's how you can go ahead and get a really good cover image for your. Again, just keep in mind, the cover image is like first impressions, so first impressions do count. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Once you're done, it's time to review. Now, just when you're downloading your PDF, just make sure you download PDF standard, so best for documents and emailing. Okay, not the print one, because it'll be very, very large size otherwise. Okay, download, and then you're good to go. Okay, any questions you have, just let us know. Hope that's quite self-explanatory. Again, the link to this document will be down below for you, so you can go ahead and you can fill up all the content, your research doc, the title, and everything I just went through. And then by the end of this session, you should have your PDF guide created, or be getting someone to do it for you, depending on the route that you want to do. Okay, I'll see you in the next lesson.